Okay, so our breathing, we'll put the breathing in a second. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to open the lungs up, all angles, okay? We're going to open up sagittal, transverse and frontal plane. So we're going to go frontal, then we're going to go back and forward sagittal, and then the transverse. So first, just going to lunge forwards, let the left hip go back, open up the hip flexor, use your arms, reach back, but don't compress the spine. So there's a difference between going back and compressing the spine and going back and putting the head tall, pushing through the top of the head and opening up the segments of the spine. There's a big difference, yeah? So first, just going to go forwards and back and change legs each time, just to open the spine up, open the hip flexors up as well, because if our hip flexors are tight and our pelvis is tight, it's going to make it difficult to open up to lift our sternum and open up our rib cage, because we're going to be getting pulled down all the time by the muscles connecting from the rib cage to the pelvis. Secondly, we're going to do the same lunge, but we're going to come over the sides. So we're now getting frontal plane and opening up the rib cage here, and we're really pushing out to the sides as well to open up the areas we don't really get to experience opening. And then we do the same when we go frontal. We now put the transverse plane in. So we come forwards, we open up the hip flexor, we get our frontal plane movement, we then rotate round this way. So we come over and then we turn. We change legs, come over and we turn. So just spend a few minutes doing that first, just to open everything up, okay? Then we take our pole, broom handle, whatever you may need or use. Some same movement, pulls at the bottom, don't want the elbows bent, lock the elbows out, push through the top of the head, breathing really deep to the chest and hold, but lifting the sternum as well. So we come in, chin comes slightly back in, breathe back and try and get a stretch. Feel burning the fascia at the front, and breathe out. Breathe in again, same thing. Hold and out. And repeat that with the opposite leg forwards as well. Then go again, we lunge and we go over in the frontal plane. This time as we breathe, you're trying to target the area here. So don't breathe into the front where you can already breathe. Breathe into the side where you're not yet getting air into. So really try and breathe out and open this area up. So as you breathe, breathe out. Sorry, breathe in. Hold. As you breathe out, relax and go slightly further. Again, breathe in. Hold. Relax. And go slightly further. And that one again you repeat on each side as well. Then do the same thing again. We come forwards, we rotate around, okay? So my right shoulder is going back the opposite direction to my left hip. So my left hip's going back this way, my right shoulder's going back that way. So I'm getting tension through this line here. So my rib cage is coming this way, up and back, and my pelvis is going down and back on the front. So I'm getting this kind of pull in the obliques. So we come here, we rotate, and then we go over with a rotation as well. And we really breathe into this area here. Once we've done, say 5 or 6 of them, we're going to do both legs back with a tilt in either way, breathing, opening up the ribs. We can then change the pole for a ball and do all the same things again. Coming over, and we're leaning with the ball, and we do all the same things again, because the ball is going to make it more difficult to keep the elbows locked out when you're doing it, which is then going to give you a different experience, and the tissues in your body a different experience to what it is with the pole. That's it.